If you've watched every season of Handmaid's Tale so far, you probably already know everything there is to know about Serena Waterford. But how much do you know about her real-world actress, Yvonne Strahovski? Yvonne has been an actress since 2004, and she has made many claims to fame over the last few years. She may be most well known for her role in Handmaid's Tale, but her story begins long before Handmaid's Tale ever made it into the spotlight. So let's take a deep dive into the life of Yvonne Strahovski. I guarantee you'll never watch her the same way again. Before we get started, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. Let's jump right in.
A mother alone. They think the baby belongs to the state.
Yvonne Strahovski is currently 38 years old and has been in acting for almost her entire life. She was born and raised in New South Wales, Australia, and is the daughter of two very successful parents. Both of her parents immigrated to Australia from Poland before Yvonne was born. Her father is a professional electrical engineer, and her mother works as a lab technician. They worked very hard to raise Yvonne in a safe and loving atmosphere, and it seems like they did an amazing job. She began acting when she was a little girl and started taking acting lessons when she was just 12 years old. She spent the majority of her high school years at a school in Strathfield, Santa Sabina College. After she graduated, she went on to attend the University of Western Sydney, majoring in theater. She would later go on to help found a theater company around 2003. More recently, Yvonne Strahovski has married a lovely man named Tim Loden. The two are madly in love and became married back in 2017. Since getting together, they've had one child together. However, Yvonne's pregnancy never stopped her from acting, and she has continued to appear in countless roles over the years, never letting her personal life get in the way. Yvonne found her first acting role when she was still a child. She attended the theater in school and managed to land a role as Viola in the school theater reproduction of Twelfth Night. She would also go on to make a few television appearances in her younger years, such as a guest appearance on the Double the Fish show, as well as Headland. She would later also go on to appear in Sea Patrol, which was released on Channel 9. None of these roles led to much else for Yvonne, but they helped her get her foot in the door and better understand what acting was all about. The experience led her to create an audition tape that she began to send into major production studios, hoping someone would take notice and she'd be able to land a role, even though she lived across the globe from Hollywood. One of her first tapes to mail in was for the television series Chuck. She had auditioned for another series as well, Bionic Woman, back in 2007. However, before hearing back from her audition for Bionic Woman, she got a call from the casting department in charge of putting together the Chuck series. They called her for an in-person audition, and within a few hours, she found that she had been cast as Sarah Walker. This would be the first big step in Yvonne's career and would be one of her most popular roles, even to this day. Once she moved to the United States to begin filming for Chuck, she decided to change her last name to make it a bit easier to pronounce for people in the acting business. Her original last name was quite long and complicated to pronounce, so she changed it to the much more manageable Strahovski. I'm sure her family had some reservations about this, but in the end, everything worked out for Yvonne.
I've been working in the Australian industry and I was contracted to a series.
What you may not know about Yvonne is that since her parents are Polish, she managed to pick up the Polish language and can speak it fluently. She's only done this a few times in television shows over the years, but it's super strange to watch her switch between English and Polish so effortlessly. She spoke Polish about 3 times over the years in Chuck, and even spoke in a native Australian accent in one episode. So even though she typically portrays American accented characters, Yvonne has a very broad spectrum of accents that she uses. Yvonne Strahovski has appeared in so many interviews over the years, usually talking about her role in Handmaid's Tale. She seems to be super excited to be portraying such an influential character in the series. While she doesn't agree with her character's choices throughout the last few seasons, she definitely has a great time when acting with her co-workers. When asked if she enjoyed playing Serena, she said, "It's really fun to play her. I feel like I'm so lucky to have the gift of this amazing writing and to be able to play opposite amazing actors and get to explore this character. There are so many possibilities. I love exploring the darkest corners of her brain and her heart and what that means for her and how things play out for her. I kind of see it as if I'm walking a knife's edge with her, because it's not really black and white. You know, it never really is. There are always complexities there, and I love figuring out where it is that she really sits in each scene, and how to explore it. I could bang on about this forever, but it really is an amazing character to play, and yes, it is fun. She also talked about how difficult some scenes in the series may be. She said that she's always loved showing up for work, but some of the scenes are very difficult because she has such a different moral belief system than the character she plays. She was asked if it was difficult to perform in the confrontational scenes between Serena and June, and said as far as those scenes go, I mean, they're so much fun. We know our characters inside and out and back to front at this point, and just to be able to play with someone who is equally invested in their role and equally invested in the craft of playing, it's so freeing when you get to work with actors who really know how to explore themselves and want to take the risk and want to try new things. And I think that's one of my favorite things about working with Elisabeth, because I think we both love going to those places. We both want to explore. We both want to find the thing that no one's seen in the scene yet. We both want to make it unique and unexpected, while still remaining incredibly truthful to the characters at the moment and the circumstances. So yeah, I mean, I hope that answers your question. I'm very, very passionate about those scenes. They're so fun. We have to address the elephant in the room at this point. We know that Yvonne has had to portray some pretty messed up scenes over the years, but one of the most difficult scenes that many of the Handmaid's Tale actor keeps going back to is the scene where June is forced against her will in a sexual way. Yvonne spoke about how difficult it was to film that scene and said, I think straight back to that scene where June's attacked and Serena held her down. And I think that was probably the worst scene out of the entire thing. I mean, there have been many really bad ones, but that was the worst one and definitely felt horrible. I remember thinking, this is just horrible. And I've said it before, but as an actress, you don't really expect to play the role of the attacker. You might expect that as a male actor, because typically that is what is portrayed. But you don't really see this angle of it, and that was really confronting. Having said that, there's a great vibe on set. I know that sounds really ironic and kind of contradictory, but we all have a good laugh and we get along. And it's just lovely when everybody is equally invested in creating these quality characters in this quality show. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and ring the notification bell for more videos.